So we're out here this morning trying to get some early morning, crisp, some semi-sunrise. The sun probably came up about an hour ago. Looks pretty good down here. Got my coffee, the camera. Take some pictures of the TC. Just got some shots with the 35 1.4. These came out good. We're gonna switch over to the 85. Those photos came out good. So this past week, I have So for this past week, I made a video that I was gonna upload, and well, I go to put the memory card into the computer, and it says format, and I put it back into the camera, and it says format, and well, the video is corrupted. So there's that. Sorry, guys. We didn't do much, but I guess I should tell you what I was gonna tell you. It sucks. So, here's what I was going to say. After we did the new roof pieces, which I'll show you guys kind of closer when we get there, and also the banner, and I also installed the HPS heat shield for my intake. That was pretty much all the installation bits of that entire video. But there is some very important information, exciting information that you guys should be aware of. So, we're sorry for the lack of content recently. We've both been working like crazy. Me being at the hospital, work's just been kind of insane lately, and it's just, you would think it would be slow like it normally is during the summer months, and it just kind of picked back up where it should have slowed down. I'm in IT, so it really, I'm not seeing the brunt end of it, but it is interesting, I'll say the least. But no politics, no COVID talk here. So, important information about the TC. There's some minor things that I want to do with the TC. I want to wrap the headlights, or I mean tint the headlights, give it the eyelid look. There's some other odds and ends, like we have to do the sway bar end links. That's all small things, but the major parts, that's where it gets interesting, kind of. Let me know if this is interesting. So obviously we know I ordered a carbon fiber hood back in February, and I've been waiting for it this entire time. And if I had a second gen TC, I'd have it now. They're in stock. They're readily available. But I have a 2.5, and that half has a massive difference in hood. It's probably like 2 3 inches, and in terms of a hood, that's that is very massive. And I'm just waiting on a hood to be shipped, and it's now what is it, August? I'm coming up onto my 6 month term, and we'll see if it comes in the near future. So the hood is coming, and that's just going to complete the TC's look in terms of like body modifications, etc. And I had it wrap planned once I got all the carbon fiber hood, once I got all the carbon fiber pieces done, and well, I decided to change the color, and I think everybody's gonna be really excited about this one. So far, I've kind of tossed the idea around with a couple people, and everybody thinks it's gonna be a cool idea. It's gonna be interesting. It's not like so far out there, but it is. It is nice, and I would say it's. God, I can't really say anything without giving it away, or anything away. So there's a wrap coming this soon. Once all the carbon fiber stuff gets here, that's it. Now for the next big modification. I don't know if you would call it big, but it's definitely a modification to the TC, and it will require a decent amount of time spent on it. Not everybody agrees with this move, and I understand why, etc. But I think it looks cool, and I think on the TC, I think it'll look pretty good from what I've seen in pictures from when other people have done it. But yeah, we're gonna start the headliner. That's the good news. We're gonna start the headliner, and I already have it. But I haven't installed it, and there is a reason why I haven't installed it. I should say, on top of the Starlight headliner, I'm not just doing a Starlight headliner. I am replacing the headliner. Right now, it's that gray color headliner, and I'm going to be switching it over to suede. A really nice suede. It's foam back, so it's perfect for headliners, and I think it'll look pretty good. We're going to end up covering up some of the A-pillar with suede. I'll probably have to get like different fabric for that. But the reason why I am not starting that project yet is because I'm still waiting on another big item to come in. And it'll make sense in a minute. So, here's the third big item. Like I said, the Starlight headliner, is it big? Yes. It's a decent sized project, yes. Is it a big project? It depends on how you look at it. Yeah. The third big project is I want to say forever, have wanted a OEM styling, something that isn't too crazy out there, subwoofer. And I was looking around, and I'm like, well, maybe I'll just make my own box. And I've seen other people make their own, and it looks good and all. But at the same time, I don't want to do anything crazy. So, did some looking around. Watched a video, actually TJ Hunt's video, about OEM Audio Plus. And they make OEM options for the cars that he was doing. I believe that was the BRZ build that he was doing for the giveaway, and he also did it on his personal BRZ. So, looking at that, and I'm like, wonder if they have it for the TC. They have it for a BRZ, which is the closest thing to a Scion, not even, but whatever. And I looked it up, and sure enough, they have a reference, I think it's called the Reference 500 for the TC. And I did a little bit more digging, and to find out, they actually worked with Scion. It was promoted on the Scion page that they worked with Toyota, and they were able to come up with this great OEM Plus audio system that is strictly plug and play. And then I'm like, okay, well, is it even worth it? And then I'm looking at the subwoofer, and I'm like, for the price, I mean, it's a $1,500 kit, but like, for the price, we get all new speakers, a subwoofer, and a subwoofer that's enclosed in a OEM style fashion that it just sits behind the, I want to say it's the passenger side, passenger or driver, whatever, whichever one it is, sits on behind the taillight, which isn't a bad thing, and that's what I wanted because I don't want to get rid of my trunk space. I love my trunk space. Putting in the rear strut bars and the C-pillar brace, I've kind of regretted it because I haven't been able to put anything in the back of the TC when I used to be able to. I used to be able to like put some decent stuff back in there. Not that I'm putting in like a crazy amount of heavy stuff now, because well, with all the camber and I don't want to bottom out even more than I already do. So I really kind of regret that. I think that's the only thing that's preventing me from putting anything heavy in there. But it does get in the way sometimes. Kind of annoying. But what can you do? I actually, those, when I put in the rear strut bar, it does help a little bit. Especially now. I think my coilovers are going, so that might be another big item in the future. But back to the audio. So I need to stop rambling. So yeah, back to the audio. So the OEM Audio Plus system is they looked and I'm not sponsored in any way. It isn't gonna be a sponsored build. I ordered this kit back in we're in August now, June. I ordered it back in June, and I want to say I ordered it the very early part of June, and they have like a 30-day like period that you have to wait. They do everything in batches, so if you're catch the batch just right, you end up being in that batch. And I messaged them as of the beginning of July. They're waiting for stuff. I'm probably gonna message them again to see where everything is. So that's coming, and that is the important part. It is coming, and that's why I'm waiting to do my Starlight headliner, because to do the Starlight headliner with the suede, that's gonna all have to come out. Disconnect the battery, and it's gonna have to do all this different stuff. And if I'm gonna disconnect the battery and try to tear apart my interior, I might as well do it all at once. So like, we have to replace the door panel, the speakers from the door. They all come with new speakers, both doors. And then the two in the rear or in the back seat, those also have to be replaced. And all that's gonna have to come out anyway. So why am I gonna do the Starlight headliner now when I'm gonna have to take everything out in the future? So that's what we're waiting on for the Starlight headliner. There's some other stuff I want to do with the audio system. I don't know if I'm gonna want to. Like, I hate the rattling that the car has. The car has so much rattling when it comes down to like door panels and sound. There's like no sound dampening whatsoever. So I'm kind of in the idea that I might want to do sound dampening, but looking at the Audio Plus system, it kind of looks like they built it specific to the acoustics of the car when it's OEM. So I'm not sure if I want to see what it is like from how it is stock to the Audio Plus system, and if I think it's still rattly, which it more than likely will be, and then go back and do it, or is that just too complicated and everything? I'm not entirely sure. But again, we don't have the kit, so I have some time to think about it. But yeah, that's the big update that I had for everybody. Kind of sucks that I lost everything. I'll show you when we get back to the house and everybody starts to wake up, because it is still probably 7 o'clock maybe. It's 7 o'clock. So we'll go back to the house at some point, and I'll show you guys what we did with the parts above the window. You can probably see from here. Probably I'll blur it out, and I'll probably put some pictures on the screen so you guys can actually see what it looks like. But yeah, it's a nice kit, or not? It wasn't a kit. I did it. I bought the vinyl, put it on there. It looks really good. The color between the A-pillar piece and the one that goes above the doors, It's a little bit off, not massively. From this light, you barely know that it is off. Um, but I mean, for retrospect, the A-pillar piece is 7 years old, and the other piece is like a week old. So there's that color difference. And then obviously the heat shield. The heat shield wasn't too crazy. It was just more of a install piece, and they do offer the heat shield separately from your original kit. So if you bought it originally, like I did back in 2014, they offer you the ability to purchase the upgrade, and it's completely upgradable. So there's that. So yeah, all those updates we have coming soon, and that's kind of the reason why that we are kind of lacking. Car shows on the weekends we've been trying to go to, but if they're really far away, Sunday's been my day to kind of recoup myself and be able to go to work. And then Alex, the same exact thing. It's just get ready for the week again, and especially since Alex works Monday to Saturday with like a day off in between. But those days are important. Yeah. Look at this view. What's going on, everybody? So it's been a couple days since the last time we talked. I know. I told you guys I was going to show you guys what the car looks like and the stuff I did to the engine bay. But I ended up coming home, sitting down with the fiance, and just relaxing for 2 days. Again, back to this whole just trying to be mentally stable for the past year. COVID's getting the better of everybody. But yeah. So here's what I meant to show you guys. Obviously, we wrapped the car, and I'll post a better picture online just to kind of show you guys what it looks like in better lighting. But yeah, we just used flat black. I want to say it's satin. I'll have to look at the purchase, but came out decently well. Followed this line right here up into the back. Now the reasoning is for this. Okay, this was done on purpose. Say I have to, when I do go to, wrap this section of the car. This is all one piece, and otherwise we're going to have this weird seam right here where I'm going to have to use the same color and have a weird seam. I'm just going to do this piece right here, one color, because like again, it comes all the way up, has all these weird edges, comes all the way to the back, and now I can just end it right here. It'll just, one, save us on material in case we mess up. And two, that's a better piece to handle versus wrapping the entirety of the car. So that's that. So that's the reason why we ended up doing that. And it looks really good from the back and from the front. But yeah, that is the reason why we wrapped that section of the car. And same thing on both sides, obviously. From the front, does change it up a little bit, but not too much. So let me pop the hood and I'll show you guys what I did. Okay, everybody, don't mind how dirty the car is, and it is pretty bad. I do want to end up in next year cleaning up this entire engine bay, so that is definitely going to end up being just like cleaning it up, giving it a nice cleaning, replacing all the hoses, all the stuff that I have for the car already. It's just the time to do it. So anyway, this is the biggest change recently is HPS performance. I had this intake probably since maybe a couple months after I got the car. First purchase I did, and purchases I did for years, actually, for that matter. Didn't come with all this. I had a bracket that came down just to kind of mount up to the box, or where the box used to be, and that broke, and it's just been hanging around and they're flopping around for the past God knows how long. But yeah, so HPS made a heat shield, basically. That's what it is. It's a heat shield that works with the original kit they had, and it really isn't that hard to do. Obviously, if you still have the stock box, you would take out the box. There's 3 screws in the bottom, 3 or 4 screws in the bottom. You would take that out, and basically it reuses. You probably won't be able to see that, but it reuses the mounting. I'm missing. I only got 1 nut out of 3, I'm missing the third one, or the second and third. But it works. It's not moving around, it doesn't rattle. It does have some flex to it, but I think that's also because the piece that it currently rests on. But yeah. Definitely filled up that area. It's not so empty anymore. But, and obviously, once I replace all the hoses, it'll look somewhat clean. There's that. So, I know we just did a bunch of big news and all the stuff that I have planned for the TC, and it just doesn't stop there. Alex and I were talking today. Well, really, I was talking, and Alex thought it'd be a cool idea to be able to do. I decided that I'm going to try to carbon overlay pieces. I want to do the trim on the inside, like on the dashboard. I want to try to do my mirror caps, and I'll probably do bits and pieces here and there, and then once I get to the winter time, we'll do like an entire build log on that entire thing. It's just something like I could, not worry about it this year. Next year will probably be the best time to do it. Take all the trim out, or over the winter I should say. Take all the trim out, take the mirror caps off, and the trim piece that goes on the engine bay, the cooling shield, whatever it is, we're going to try to carbon overlay that. Now, once that happens, and if it does work out good, one thing I was talking to Alex about was getting a carbon fiber wing. Now, I like the wing I have, and I don't want to move away from it, and that's the main reason why I'm looking at carbon overlaying, is because I could take that and overlay it with carbon, hopefully. We'll see how it works. And if that does work, maybe we'll do the lip kit. Maybe. A little bit. Maybe. I mean, just think about it, okay? Think about it. Alright? We got carbon fenders, carbon side skirts, carbon hood at some point, and an entire carbon fiber overlaid lip kit. Now, obviously, I could just go the cheap way out and vinyl wrap it, but that's not what I want to do. I am actually going to try to dedicate the time to actually making that into not into carbon fiber, but you know what I mean, the carbon fiber overlaying. I think it'd be pretty cool. I've seen it with the hydro dipping, it's not that bad, and I think I can get this weave. I was looking online today, I could probably get something similar to the weave that we have on the rest of the car. And one of the other pieces I want to do is, this is just a sticker. I actually want to make this entire plastic piece that's behind it carbon. So, and who knows, maybe, we'll see. But, yeah, that's, it's just a little added thing that I was talking to Alex today about, and I think it would be a pretty cool idea. That piece right here is what I'm talking about, too. Make that into carbon fiber. Now, the reasoning is, nobody really makes it, for one. I mean, you could send it off and get it custom, but, like, if I'm going to do it custom, I might as well do it myself and figure out how to do it. And this way, when I need to do it in the future, I don't need to ask somebody else to do it custom for me. So, yeah, I'm going to figure out how to do it. And if we have other stuff to do in the other cars, I could try to do it in the other cars as well. I think that would be pretty cool. So, all of that is to come, hopefully within the next year. And, yeah. Alright, guys and girls, please give us a thumbs up on this video. If you're not subscribed, give us a subscription. Hopefully with all this stuff that's coming up with the TC, you guys are ready to see it, and I'm ready to see it, and we're gonna so much more stuff next year, obviously, hopefully. It depends on where this world goes to, but yeah, a lot of stuff happening this year, and I can't wait to show you guys. So talk to you guys in the next video. Later.